manage cholesterol. Okay, cholesterol and obesity. Okay, so let's start with some basic questions before मैं presentation start करूँ. Okay, so आपको क्या लगता है obesity क्यों होता है?
मैंने अपनी कौन सी वाली बिल्ली लगाई है?
मैडम बैड ईटिंग हैबिट्स की वजह से.
Okay,
sedentary
low metabolic rate,
lifestyles.
okay, good, very good. And
lifestyle issues.
okay, very good. Lifestyle issues, like lifestyle is a very broad term.
Exactly. So if we categorize like binge eating,
Yes.
late
Good.
dinners,
नाइट कर देते
drinking alcohol, smoking.
Correct.
मैम कुछ डिसीजेस भी इसके ऊपर कुछ डिसीजेस की वजह से भी ओबेसिटी होती है मैम.
Correct. Very good. Other
Like
comorbidities.
thyroid, PCDO and high cholesterol.
Very good. और मेजर जो हम डे टू डे लाइफ में फेस करते हैं, क्या है वो? Stress. Okay, stress is a major cause because जो भी अगर stress trigger हुआ हमारे body पे, we automatically have wrong eating habits, we do not work out, we feel lethargic, low on energy and all of it. All right, so let's start the session today. So management of obesity or being overweight. This is my introduction, and today's key takeaways would be more about obesity and its causes. Causes ने आपने बहुत अच्छे से already बता दिया है. Facts and figures about obesity, statistics कि actually क्या हो रहा है, कितना statistics है इंडिया में and worldwide. BMI, that is body mass index. Obesity and nutrition for cholesterol. Second. Yes, so let's start with the basic definition. Okay, it is a disorder involving excess of body fat that increases the risk of health problems. Health problems जैसे आपने already बताया है, it could be diabetes, PCOD and other related disorders like even hypertension can cause excess body fat. Obesity often results from taking in more calories than burned by exercises and normal daily activities. Kuch facts and figures about obesity. Over half of the world will be overweight or obese by 2035. We are already in 2023. So another 15 years and half of the world population will be overweight or obese. हमें क्या लगता है कभी-कभी कि ज़्यादातर लोग जो proportionate size में है वो obese नहीं है, वो भी obese हो सकते हैं. Maybe their body figure is different because their fat percentage, body में जो fat percentage है वो ज़्यादा हो सकता है उनमें. Moving on further, the consequences of excess of body weight. What is it? It is like a ticking bomb. Health consequences of obesity is people who are obese can be 25 depressed. Depressed matlab kya? They're not very confident about their body. They feel shy. They don't feel like interacting with people. So ऐसे भी हो सकता है. 30% of the people suffering from dementia. Dementia is something where there is memory loss. They cannot recollect. कुछ याद नहीं रहता है लोगों को. Recent past events में जो हुआ है वो याद नहीं रह पाता है. And people who are obese are 104% more likely to have heart failure. So इतना load आ जाता है ना body weight के वजह से, इतना load आ जाता है. And हमारा heart size आपको पता है कितना है? हमारा हार्ट साइज बस अपने मुट्ठी जितना होता है, और इमेजिन योर बॉडी, इफ अ पर्सन इज वेइंग अराउंड 100 kgs और उनका मुट्ठी का साइज सिर्फ इतना होगा, तो इतना लोड आ रहा होगा राइट हार्ट पे. तो वी शुड बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट सर्टेन थिंग्स, स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू डूइंग फिजिकल एक्टिविटी, एंड द अदर मेजर component is diet. People who are obese are over 150% more likely to have high blood pressure. Obviously, if the heart, how can heart function, क्या है heart का, to supply oxygenated blood, मतलब to all the organs of our body. अगर वही इतना pressure लेके बैठा है, तो obviously there will be increase in the blood pressure levels. Over 50% of adults living with diabetes are obese. Very true. Diabetes मतलब it could be type 2 diabetes only. 33% more likely to develop asthma because of the load on the lungs due to less oxygen, due to the bronchioles जो lungs में होते हैं, जो झाड़ के जैसे दिखते हैं, वो constrict होने लगते हैं. It starts narrowing क्योंकि weight बहुत ज्यादा है. Obese children are 200% more likely to develop multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is joint pain, muscle aches, they cannot move very swiftly, then shrinking of the muscle, and nearly 10% of the population can be having cancer too, because of maybe colon cancer or intestinal cancer or any types of cancer, breast cancers, which is very common. Okay, तो अभी मेरा question है कि ऐसा किसी के आपने like, have you come in contact with somebody who's a little overweight and not confident about their body? So how the person must be feeling? Do you think that there is some reason behind them being overweight? Yeah, what could be? Have you seen any person like that? From the exterior, what you feel about that person when you see? Usually we हम बहुत आसानी से judge कर लेते हैं, right? कि oh my god, that person is so fat, he's so overweight, but we don't know what might be the cause of it. The person might be on antidepressants, or the person might be going through a lot of stress, or the person is unable to get help even if he wants to lose weight. So we should consider even psychosocial dynamics of it. When we naturally see overweight people, we usually start looking at them. We feel scared, like hum aise na ho jaye. So we immediately start taking earlier steps and all of that. So having psychological and also having concerns, minding our choice of words is also very important when we are interacting with people who are obese. There could be many reasons for them being overweight or obese. Nowadays, it's a very sensitive topic, hence we need to take care. Moving on further, let's see the causes. You have all told me the causes very nicely. Some of them mentioned about having foods which is high fats and calories. Mostly foods which are high in fats and calories, some of them might be very good for us. For example, avocados. Avocados are high in calories, plus they have very good fat content in them. Even mangoes. Mangoes are rich in antioxidants, but also it has a lot of good vitamins in it. So when I'm talking about consuming high fats and high calories, is mostly the processed food, like you can see in this image, a lot of junk food that we consume. Inactive lifestyle, having a very sedentary lifestyle. Most of the Indian population, or population even in America or in the developed countries, you will see that most of the body weight is situated in the abdominal and the hip region and the thigh region. So it's mostly called as an apple-shaped body, or also a pear-shaped body. Not sleeping enough, again, नींद नहीं आती है, maybe because of stress, or maybe because of subconscious thoughts which is disturbing you, maybe because of adverse effects of certain medications. Genetics plays a very minor percentage or a very minor role, but there could be also 10% that could be affecting. Even if it is running in the genes, doesn't mean that you do not take a step forward to make lifestyle changes in your life. Growing older also could be one of the causes, because of change in hormonal levels, change in the food choices, less activity in life. Pregnancy, again, people who get pregnant, also nowadays put on a really lot of weight. Ideally, it's okay to put on weight because of the nourishment of the fetus, nourishment of the baby. But some people on putting on weight are getting detected with gestational diabetes. Hence, care should be taken. Increased risk of following diseases and conditions. As we discussed, increased risk of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, any heart disease, stroke. Stroke is nothing but it could be a both brain stroke as well as a heart stroke. Heart stroke is nothing but a myocardial infarction or a heart attack. Cancer, as we discussed, nearly 10% contributes to cancer because of being obese. Breathing disorders or asthma problems, gallbladder diseases also increase in number of gallbladder stones or renal stones or even hernia. Why hernia? Because sometimes the body fat is so much that it cannot hold the lining. So most of the organs come out of the lining. So it could be an inguinal hernia also. Gynecological problems, unable to conceive. So many people are going for IVF. Why? Because of the lifestyle changes and the lifestyle that we are not taking proper care of. Erectile dysfunction and other sexual problems as well. Causes and consequences of obesity, a quick recap. As we already discussed, it's eating too much, genetics, certain medications. It could be antidepressants or any psychiatric related medications. It could be because of excess stress, poor sleep, and hormonal imbalances. Consequences are at large. It affects nearly all major organs of our body. It could lead to people usually come with fatty liver who are who are obese to me. So these clients think that why am I having a liver condition when I don't drink or I don't smoke? So only because you're drinking or not drinking, that doesn't mean the liver doesn't get affected. A liver can get affected also because if you're overweight, if there is excess of fat surrounding your organ, that is called as the visceral fat, which is surrounding the major organs. So that is also bad. Learning the very basics, let's know a little about body mass index. What is body mass index? It's a universal index which is used worldwide to classify obesity and overweight individuals. So ideal BMI range is 18.5 to 24.9. Sometimes we shouldn't only believe BMI and our weight on the weighing scale. Even a complete body analysis test, for those who have attended my sessions earlier, I've repeatedly said something about the body analysis test, which says a lot about your fat percentage, your muscle percentage, your water content in the body, your mineral content in the body. These tests can be done even in hospitals, in gyms. Nowadays, they're very, available easily. And also it is available like weighing scales on Amazon and all also have these weighing scales, which shows the body analysis, the complete body composition as well. BMI classification, as I mentioned, the normal range is 18.5 to 24.9. Underweight is of course below 18.5. People who are a little overweight is 25 and above. Pre-obese is 25 to 30. Obese also has different classes. There's grade 1 obesity, grade 2 or grade 3. Grade, I'm saying it can also be called as class 1, class 2 or class 3. And above 40 BMI, in fact above 30 BMI itself is called as morbidly obese, very obese. So such people should be taken care of, should take help, because when it comes to losing weight, it's not just about how you eat, how you exercise or how you move, whether you're sitting less or no. It is about a lot to do with your psychology. So a step-to-step approach to change your behavior is very, very important. When you meet a person who is overweight, they need hand holding support, because ऐसे लोगों में क्या होता है, they might lose a certain weight. After some days they lose motivation, they feel the lack of interest, or they feel that नहीं अभी मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, अभी मैंने इतना लूज कर लिया, अभी आगे मैं बढ़ नहीं पा रही हूँ, मतलब आगे मेरा weight loss नहीं हो पा रहा है. So they get such thoughts also. A lot of psychological support is needed for people who are overweight or overly obese. If you eat less, you lose weight. But if you eat less and eat plenty of protein, you lose body fat. But if you eat less, eat plenty of protein and strength train. Strength train is do a little bit of weightlifting, a little bit of weights, even yoga. Yoga, some of the postures help to tone the muscles of the body. Resistance exercises are very important to gain muscle and to lose body fat. Then obviously it's like a huge celebration. Now you have the secret to fat loss and muscle gain. Common statements we make when we are trying to make healthy choices in our life is very simple. Healthy foods don't taste good, so we need to train our taste buds. I understand many people don't like certain vegetables, don't like certain categories of foods which are healthy, but if you want to really get accustomed to healthy food, you should train your taste buds. How to do that? Add some salad with a little bit of interesting dressing to it and try to have that. You'll feel such much more lighter having it, and it will eventually become a habit. So habit formation, bringing about a behavioral change, is very important for people who are overweight or obese, or for that matter for any other condition. When you stop eating crappy food starts to taste bad. You ultimately can realize. Now, if anybody of y'all would like to experiment this, if today y'all have a salad and y'all feel light after having a salad for lunch, okay, a good salad, maybe you could add paneer or chicken for those who are non-vegetarian. And tomorrow, same time for lunch, try having a burger and find the difference how you feel after 1 hour after having a burger and after having the salad. Okay, maybe after having the salad, you won't feel that satisfied, but you will feel much more lighter and much more active and energetic. After eating the burger the next day, after 1 hour, you start feeling, you might be very satisfied immediately after having the burger. But after 1 hour, you start feeling sluggish. You feel so tired. You feel, oh my God, I should go eat something sweet now. So the craving starts happening. So try to notice these changes in the body. What happens when you make healthy choices and what you don't. Only when you find the difference between these two, you would understand. Otherwise, it is very difficult for clients or any individual to understand what is happening when we say opt for healthy eating food. When you start eating healthy food starts to taste good. Train your taste buds, and it definitely takes time. 7 guidelines for nutrition. Now we would be going to the nutrition aspect of weight loss. So I'll take a pause here. So please tell me, is there anything that y'all would like to share, or anybody who is experienced or was on a journey in their life where they wanted to lose weight, but they struggled to at some point, and what could be the reason for that? Any experience that y'all would like to share? See, if y'all share the experience, for all those who are sitting here, they can also feel, oh, ye bhi mere saath hua tha, did that also happen with you? So maybe something of that sort.
Ma'am, I would like to ask some questions. I need your suggestions for that.
Surely. Yeah.
I want to decrease my belly fat and I have an issue of double chin.
Okay.
So I want to sort out these problems. So can you give me some suggestions for that?
Okay, we will definitely take such questions in the end of the session. But now, if there's anything that you want to like share your experience where you've been on a weight loss journey, but somewhere you couldn't maintain your weight, you again put on weight, something of that sort, if anybody wants to share, I'll definitely come back and address your questions because there's more to the slides. Yeah, you're on mute, Nimisha, if you're trying to say something.
Okay, so I had a similar experience. I was, I think I took a break when I was working. I took a break for 3-4 months. And since I was working in such a, condition that you have to have some portion control size of.
Correct. So I'll just pause you here for a minute. So Nimisha has been attending my sessions very for the girls population especially, because I'm sure girls, even when I was a little child, I'd be always dreaming like, wow, I want to be work for the some or the other airlines. So please tell.
So what happened that I actually had a reverse effect of it. So once I quit my job, I went on to eating like I'd never had for like good 6 years. I never had any sweets, and I have a sweet tooth. I love eating sweets, so I did not had any sweets. No, those junk and all that.
Mhm.
So on the reverse side, what happened was like I started eating more of it, and I put on a lot of weight. So I, somewhere I came across the today's weight of mine. I think it was somewhere around 76, 78 kgs. But later, then I realized, after some time, I realized that it's way too much and I have to do something about it.
Correct.
So I started doing gym, doing diets and all that. And it was a long time struggle to lose weight.
Yes, it is.
It took me somewhere around 5-6 months to lose weight.
Right. And what is your weight now, if we may ask you?
When I started the session, I was 80. But today, when I noted this, I came around 78.
Oh, that's lovely. That's good. That's good progress. So this is also a lesson to be learned from Nimisha, that too much of restriction of certain foods is also bad. Because for 5-6 years she didn't expose herself to sweets, but then after 5-6 years, when she started having sweets, the body started putting on weight because it's new to the body, right? So it's like you're giving a surprise, a mini surprise to your body, like, oh my god, these foods were never introduced to me for 5-6 years. So the body starts storing that as energy, and that excess energy is nothing but excess fat. So this is also a lesson to be learned, that diversity of food is very important. Yes, maybe the work that she did needed her not to have certain kinds of food, but at least including certain sweets also is very important. I'm not saying go have 10 gulab jamuns, but just have maybe half a gulab jamun or one gulab jamun. That's normal. Because what happens is you go into a rebound effect later on in life and you won't realize it. You'll be like, oh my god, itne saal maine kuch nahi khaya, so abhi, let me have a little more. It's no problem.
That's
Don't
why
do that.
that's why ma'am dietitian suggest क्या कहते हैं उसको मंथ में वीक में एक बार चीट
Cheat
मील
meal. Cheat meal, तो हम cheat meal थोड़ा negative term हो जाता है. So I've started calling it a treat meal.
treat meal, yes.
So no food is actually bad.
Sounds
You
good,
can
yes, treat
definitely
meal.
have. So just call it a treat meal.
Treat
Unless वो cheat meal बोल के ना, we feel guilty the next day. So
Yes,
we shouldn't
ma'am.
feel guilty, right? After having such a nice meal that we like. So we should call it a treat meal.
Treat meal, yes.
Okay, so very good. Good interaction. Now moving further. Yeah. Yeah. So 7 guidelines for nutrition and weight loss. Very important. So people usually have just 3 meals a day. If they have 3 meals, it's excellent. Eat smaller portions. I'm not saying just like few grains of rice or 2 spoons of sabji. Not that way. Have good portion sizes of all your macronutrients. Macronutrients is again your carbohydrates, your proteins, and good amount of fats. So there should be quality over quantity. You can't just keep on having something that is bad for you, or people overdo it. They feel that, okay, yesterday I had a cheat meal, like Arvinderji told us that, yesterday I had a cheat meal, so today just let me be on salads. You can't do that to your body. Eat good quality of food over a lot of quantity of food. So usually if you've seen an Indian standard plate, I will show you in my next session, very standardized plate, the grain portion will be more. A person will be having probably 2 to 3 rotis, but very little sabji, and probably maybe just half katori of dal. So that's not the right way to eat. Why? Because eating a lot of grains again leads to feeling sluggish, and then you start feeling losing energy levels also. Try to notice this. So what is the proper way of eating is, even if you're taking, I'm not saying don't take 3 rotis. If you're taking 3 rotis, make sure the quantity of your vegetables and your dal is also equally proportionate, is equally more, or it could be even in equal to the 3 rotis that you're taking. Reduce the number of calories. Yes, calories could again be misleading. Some of the really good foods have more calories, but because their protein and fat content is good. So always, again, reading labels before purchasing anything, the number of calories should not only be considered, but also the nutrients that are there in that packaging should also be taken into consideration. Track the meal composition. Yes, meal composition, that is the food combination, is also very important. Portion sizes and the nutritional content. Choose nutritious meals that are lower in fat. Lower in fat as in not good fats, but bad fats. That is oily, excess oily food and all. Occasionally, it's okay to find to eat them if there is any, function or any celebration or any festival. It's fine. But over the long run, having excess of fried food that is in bad fats, then it is not eligible. You're not supposed to have them in excess. Learn methods of food preparation for a healthy diet. Hydrate the body throughout the day. Sorry for the mistake here. Identify behavioral and environmental factors like keeping a food diary. Try to journal. What did you eat throughout the day? Ask yourself, if I ate what I ate was right or wrong. There's no right and wrong actually, but were the portion sizes correct? So it's always good to ask yourself at the end of the day. So it's like reflecting on what food choices you made. 6 types of meals for fat loss. Soups are very healthy. You should definitely go for broth-based soups, which has a lot of vegetables. Those who are non-vegetarian can opt for chicken soups or mutton paya soups or something of that sort. Salads. Limit high calorie toppings and dressings on it. Some people I've noticed, they come and tell me, ma'am, today I had salad. I was like, wow, so what all the salad had? So they say, yeah, it had cucumber, it had tomatoes, it had cherry tomatoes, it has lettuce and all of it. And then I asked them, then they thought I won't ask them about the dressing. Then they told me, yes, the dressing had nearly 3 tablespoons of mayo.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, so that doesn't work that way, right? So even if you want a good alternative for mayo, then try to use nuts.
Olive oils.
Yeah, nuts or seeds. You
Seeds.
can make a paste of it and have it. Something that tastes very similar to mayo, you guys would be shocked. It is the cashew nut.
Cashew.
Yeah, when you grind the cashew nut and have it, it just tastes like
mayonnaise.
mayo. I'm not even kidding, guys. I think you all of y'all should definitely try it. Scrambles, add a lot of vegetables. Scrambles, it could be egg scrambles, or y'all can, if people are not used to having omelets, y'all can make besan chilas with a lot of vegetables. It tastes so good. Having a nutritious breakfast, a protein based breakfast, is very, very helpful. Stews, use lean meats and a lot of vegetables. Cook with the broth. Y'all can make stews, that is vegetable stews also. Stir fries. Instead, if you want to have a good salad without a dressing, you can maybe stir fry it a little with garlic and a little bit of Indian spices. It will taste so good. For meat eaters, can add in a little bit of chicken as well. Shakes, add protein powder, frozen fruit and veggies. For people who stay abroad, sometimes do use frozen food. Okay, that's fine. No problem, but don't make it a daily habit to have it frozen. In India, we don't have too much of frozen food, so that's a good point of it. Use water that is low calorie liquid and avoid using sugar, because the sugar is naturally present, that is fructose, that is naturally present in all fruits and fruits, mostly fruits, not vegetables. Yeah. Mid-meal options. So people have this doubt that, what should I eat between breakfast and my lunch and my lunch and my dinner? So you can just take 2 slices of whole wheat bread or a seeded bread with peanut butter. That is a good alternative rather than going in for a bag full of chips, or 2 boiled eggs without salt, or maybe 1 medium sized of seasonal fruit, not necessarily only an orange. Here I'm putting as an example as orange, but you can definitely choose any seasonal fruit as well. 1 cup of green tea without sugar. Green tea should naturally be had always without sugar. Best superfoods to lose weight. So these are some of the beans. It could be all kind of beans. India is a land for so many beans and lentils and all of it, so definitely it can be included. Kidney beans, black beans, white beans, plantains, blueberries, bananas, grapefruit. Then there's pears. Cheese also is very good, right? Nowadays we get something called as the blue cheese, which is it's a little expensive, I know, but it is also very good for health. Hot peppers, avocados. Wine is also, they say it's good, not on daily consumption, but sometimes it does have good amount of antioxidants. And occasional, if you're occasional, like if you all are very social, for social gatherings, you all like to socially drink, then a little amount of it is fine. Maybe a 20 ml or 30 ml small glass is absolutely okay. Green tea, coffee, dark chocolate, low-fat milk or a skimmed milk. Collard greens are very good for smoothies. You can definitely add it. Something called as quinoa, you all can add that. Pearl barley, all kind of millets are also very good. It could be ragi, pearl millets, it could be bajra, it could be jawar. All these are very good sources of antioxidants as well for people who are looking for whole grains. Then we have broccoli, we have brown rice, eggs, pine nuts, salmon for those who are non-vegetarians, oats, lentils. Lentils is as usual very famous in India, so you can use so much of lentils and variety that we have. There's chole, there's chana, there are different sorts of dals that we can include. There's kali dal, pili dal. There are so many varieties of them. And almonds. All nuts and seeds are very important. 10 best supplements for weight loss. Matcha green tea is very good. Of lately, it has been the talk of the town and has been very famous. So matcha green tea has good amount of antioxidants. It increases the thermogenesis, that is the body's rate of burning calories, from 8 to 10% to 35 to 43% of daily energy. Apple cider vinegar, ginger root extract, some probiotics and cinnamon extracts also can be taken. Probiotics are also found in many of our fruits, vegetables, yogurt and all of it. So it has something called as a GLP-1. We won't go in depth of it. It's just the appetite to reduce the hormone that helps you burn calories and fat. All this is easily available in the Indian kitchen. In any Indian home, most of these items like ginger, probiotics in our food, cinnamon, apple cider vinegar is easily available. Protein powder, again, the choice of protein powder is very important. It increases the metabolic rate. Glutamine is nothing, but it is found in many of the capsules and supplements. Fish oil, it is very good. It's not only good for fat burning, but also very good for our brain health. People who are not very comfortable having fish oil, that's okay. There are different supplements that we get in the market that also could be opted for. Vitamin D and vitamin B12 are very important. Vitamin D is usually less in most of us, hence taking supplements is very important. Good carbs versus bad carbs. So simple carbs are mostly all the processed food. So we processed carbs, or which was easily available to us, or fast food. Complex carbs are mostly whole grains. Okay, so there is a gradual release of energy. It contains high fiber, minerals, and a lot of good nutrients, phytonutrients, which are present in the complex carbs. So try avoiding simple carbs and processed carbs. The role healthy carbs play in weight loss. They provide good amount of energy to our body. It supports weight loss. It regulates the hormones, and also it supports better night's sleeps. Carbs to avoid or to eat in moderate. We all know it. All our white pastas or refined sugar, candies, chocolates, and all of it should be avoided. Carbs to enjoy is sweet potatoes, pumpkins, beets, fruits, whole grains like oats, quinoa, brown rice, beans, and lentils should be eaten in excess. And these carbs, lentils and beans, don't only have carbs, but they also have good amount of protein in it. 9 reasons you can't stop overeating. Okay, there are food triggers. Because of such good marketing in today's time, right? Marketing and advertisement has taken over the world. So if you see something that is very appealing to us, especially when it comes to food, if you've seen any food brand, they usually use colors that is very bright, and those colors are mostly in the combination of yellow and red. And there's this one big capital M that we are all attracted to, and that is nothing but McDonald's. So McDonald's had a very good strategy to make people fall for such food because of their attractive advertisements and all of it. It is very appealing to the human eye. So our brain gets triggered by just seeing those colors. And when food is so appealing, we tend to consume them. And you're not busy enough. So when we're not busy, we are at home, we don't do this. Usually happens when we are doing fasting. Like anybody who's done Navratri fasting, they whoever fasted, usually some people have sabudana khichdi or fasting items. They tend to eat it more because they feel, oh, they're fasting, aaj regular khana nahi milne wala hai, and they're not even that busy that day, so they start eating more. Your diet is too extreme. Yes, too extreme as in fat diets, maybe just a keto diet or being only on salads or vegetables. So that's not the right way. You're waiting for too long to eat. So a long gap of intermittent fasting is also not ideal. When you're waiting, oh, when the clock will tick, when can I eat? So that is also not appropriate. You haven't cleared your cupboards. Yes. So you need to clutter out all the unnecessary processed food in your kitchen and bring in good and fresh fruits and vegetables whenever possible. You're relying on motivation and not habits. In the brain, yes, in your brain it is like, okay, I want to become 60 kgs, but you're not putting that into action. Why? Because there is no drive, there is no push. So that push and motivation happens not only in internal but also external. How will it happen externally? When you seek for help, when you seek help um, from a coach, from a nutritionist, or from a doctor. Why are you yeah, you don't have a supportive environment? When friends say, come on, kya dieting kar rahe ho yaar, chalo aaj kuch khate hai. So such kind of things also can nudge you into peer pressurizing or some social impacts that you cannot avoid. Food is used as a reward and punishment. When we are happy, what do we normally do? We usually treat ourselves with something tasty. Even if we are sad, sometimes we tend to go, okay, now I'm not feeling that good. Let me eat something so that I feel better. So this is also a cause of never ending overeating process. You let your emotions take over. When a person is sad or when a person is too extremely happy, as I said, it's like a vicious cycle. So the emotions take over, and one thing that is easily available to us is food. So we take food as a thing to calm our emotions down. We feel acha, abhi kha ke thoda acha lag raha hai. So it's actually a calming down your emotions, but that is not the right way because it leads to cravings and other sort of excessive energy in our body, which is stored as fat. Did you overeat? Now and what? Don't feel guilty and starve yourself. Okay, do hours of punishment of cardio, which is not right again. Do tons of crunches to get those abs in one day. Abs are not made overnight. It needs to have good habit formation and can build only over hard work and consistency. So what you need to do here is put it behind you. You've had a treat meal the previous day, then today you make sure you'll make healthy conscious choices. So being very conscious about your food choices is also very important. Some people eat like as okay, it's lunch break, 1 o'clock, okay, let's eat food. But what are you eating? Have you put thought to it? Am I eating in the right order? Am I eating the food that is nourishing me? Or you're just eating for the sake of eating because it's 1 o'clock? So don't do that to your body. Get back to your nutrition. Get back. If you do not know what food choices you need to make, get back to a coach or nutritionist or somebody you admire. Maybe there are so many coaches available right now. Listen to them, what they want to put through in their messages. Get back to your workouts, which is slow and steady, not by doing long hours of workout. High fat, low carb foods. So these are the list of high carb and high fat and low carb foods. So it is normally these measurements are taken per cup. or per ounces or 1/4 cup, and how much of carbs and fat they have in them. These are all good foods that can be included in your food because it is rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Fullness and hack. So we feel that 1 cup of oatmeal plus 1 cup of berries, anything, it could be strawberries, here there are raspberries, is 370 calories and you feel hungry soon after. But how to balance this meal? So you can take half cup of oatmeal plus 1 cup of berries and add 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Again, I'm not saying go for the packaged peanut butter. Peanut butter can be easily made at home as well. Okay, fresh peanut butter, and the calories are 310 calories and you feel fuller for longer hours. So this is how you need to stop your yo-yo dieting. We say, okay, this month I'm going to eat healthy. Then next month something comes up like marriages or function. Then we overeat. Then again we say, oh, now I've eaten too much at the marriage or functions. Let me again put myself into a diet the following month. So stop the yo-yo dieting. If you know you have to attend functions the next month or a marriage next month, plan out what would be your healthy choices at the wedding. I know sometimes this is unavoidable, but have limited food. Don't eat like you've never going to get food again. So such hacks are very important. Healthy fat and a cheat sheet. These are the healthy fats which were even mentioned here to you all. So you all can just make a small note of it. All it's avocados, all sorts of nuts and seeds, good oil, olive oil, coconut oil, and olives. Low carb smoothies. So choose your base, amp it up with some veggies. If you want to add some crunch to it, you can add even seeds. Then pick your protein, boost the fat. So I mean, all these are good sources of fats. And choose a low carb fruit, maybe mostly all berries or apple or guava or pear. These are all low carb and low glycemic index fruits. So you can definitely choose that to make your smoothie. 7-day sugar-free challenge. So who's ready to take up this challenge? Anybody ready to give up on sugar for 7 days?
I can.
Okay, excellent. So what all would you avoid, Namisha, if I may ask?
I eat brown rice instead of rice.
Okay.
Whole wheat.
Okay.
No sugar.
Mhm.
Instead, I'll use honey.
Okay.
What else? No aloo.
Okay. Honey also, nowadays we don't get pure honey. You know that, right? That's also a form of sugar.
Yeah, I use Safola honey.
Okay.
I specifically look for NMR tested. I buy those only which are NMR tested.
Excellent. Okay. What else would you eliminate?
Okay. Fried foods and all that comes into junk food. So obviously no junk food.
Very good. Anybody else that would like to share if they are planning to go for a 7-day elimination challenge?
मैम उसके लिए तो फ्रुक्टोज और लैक्टोज दोनों ही छोड़ना पड़ेगा ना, डेयरी प्रोडक्ट और
हाँ, वो भी छोड़ सकते हैं. Only 7 days की बात है. You'll see difference in your skin. You'll see difference in your energy levels. You just try it once. Okay, if 7 days is a lot of time, you can just try it for even 1 or 2 days. You will immediately see the surge of energy levels when you wake up the next morning. I myself, in fact, I'm doing currently a detox. So this is my 4th day and I've been only on vegetable juices so far. So, and today I feel so energetic. I feel like running around, but I can't do that because body ko rest bhi chahiye. Okay, so try it. It is very helpful, and but do it under the guidance of someone. Just don't do it by yourself. Never do it by yourself if it's your first time, right? So let's move forward just few slides and then we'll quickly take the question answers. 9 causes of high cholesterol. So in the takeaway, we just spoke about we would be included in cholesterol. This was on a popular demand last week. So 9 causes of high cholesterol would be poor nutrition with a diet that is high in processed food, Fair enough. Trans fats, red meat, and full fat dairy products. Okay, this all leads to increase in our cholesterol levels. Sedentary lifestyle stimulates the production of bad levels of LDL cholesterol. Being overweight and obese makes the body work harder and pump blood throughout the body. Alcohol, which contains a large amount of glucose and carbohydrates, which leads the body stores as triglycerides. So increase in the triglycerides. So people who are having triglycerides, it could not only be alcohol as the impact, it could be because of the choice of oils or the choice of foods that you're making in your day-to-day lives. Smoking damages the blood vessels and lowers your good cholesterol, or that is HDL cholesterol. Excess glucose levels in diabetes contribute to higher LDL cholesterol and triglycerides level. A family history also is very important for people who have high cholesterol. Again, stress, as we discussed, we all go through it on day-to-day lives, but how to tackle stress, how to overcome stress, how to manage your day is also an art. So we should be learning that as well. Cholesterol leaves naturally that rise with an age until men reach 50 and 60 years of age, and women reach up to 60 and 70 years of age. So mostly, yes, in men, a high increase in cholesterol is definitely seen. How to lower cholesterol? That is through daily exercise, do good breathing pranayama practices. Most of the research also has shown good impact of pranayama, and meditation also helps to impact the when you do your lab test, your blood levels, that is your cholesterol, your good bad cholesterol is also taken into consideration. Then replace the bad fats with good fats. Okay, go and have good fresh fruits and vegetables, which is very important. And also all the items that are mentioned here should be included. That is your fresh fruits and vegetables. For those who are meat eaters, who are non-vegetarians, can also go to the local market to get good organic chicken or other fish or any other meat that you're consuming. Next is 8 rules to lower your cholesterol. Eat at least 1 cup of beans daily. Okay. Eat at least 1 ounce of raw nuts and seeds daily. So it shouldn't be roasted with salt and all of it, because the nutrients get less in them. So if you want to have it in the raw form of nuts and seeds. Eat 1 large green salad a day and include raw onion as well. Onion is very good for those who have heart condition. Onion, garlic, tomatoes, watermelon, all these are very good for your heart. Eat steamed green vegetables in every lunch and dinner. Include berries. All fruits can be included, and avoid like unsalted tomato sauces and dips. I mean, you can take it, but avoid dressings like mayo and all the uh, food that you're using, which is packaged. Usually all the ketchups and mayo and all is packaged, right? Instead, you can use it in the natural form by just grinding your tomato and using it as a sauce. Take 1 tablespoon of ground flax or chia seeds and a DHA and EPA supplement daily, which these are just supplements that are available to us. There are multivitamins as well, so that also could be used. Avoid refined carbohydrates and processed food and added oils. So consumption of oils, the good cold pressed oils into our meals is also very important. I'm often asked which is the best oil. There is no best oil. You should keep rotating and changing your oils every now and then. So that's a good way. Minimize animal products to less than 5% of total calories for the week. All right, so let's take up the questions now. Yeah, coming back to, oh, did she leave the meet? The one who asked me the question. Any questions?
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah, myself Kavita Das, and this is my first class today.
Oh, lovely. So nice to have you, Kavita ji. Hope to see you more often. And
Yeah,
if you come on
see you.
camera.
Yeah, my baby has come to me now. I have one little baby.
Oh, okay.
He is 3 years old.
All right. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I am just in a process of weight loss, basically.
Okay.
So Normally, I don't eat much or something like I do yoga exercise daily, but after delivery, this cesarean, I put on a lot of weight and I want to reduce actually.
Okay.
It's currently now above 70, 71 around it
Okay.
is. And my height is also less. So I'm
Okay.
feeling like overweight.
Right. And when
So
did you have your
just
delivery, if I may ask? When was the delivery done?
delivery in 2019.
Okay. Okay.
So 3 years now, my baby is 3 years old.
All right. Good. So now I think it is time to focus on your body again. So take it slow. Okay. See what you're eating. Sometimes we assume that we're eating less, but
Yeah.
the calories will be high. It's okay. Many of us do not. Even I'm still learning. I do not have knowledge of all the calories food that I take. But try to observe how you're taking the portion sizes. If you need help, we also have postnatal weight loss plans, nutrition sessions for people here at Flexify Me as well. So for you, if you really need to go in for weight loss, one should know your medical history, know any side effects if you have. Then a customized plan will be given to you. Good. You're doing yoga with us right now?
Yeah, currently I'm doing with Flexify, but from the beginning, I do yoga daily basis.
Okay.
Yoga, pranayama, morning walk.
Maybe
It's
only yoga
part of
is
life.
not working for you, Kabita ji. Maybe besides yoga, you also need to do some other physical activity. So yoga is a form where it really tones the body, but it won't give you that excess push to lose weight. Okay, you might have very good inch loss, your body quantum might change, your balancing will change, but it won't aid your weight loss as much if you do not do some physical activity, like maybe lifting a little weights, jogging. I'm not saying do vigorous workout, you can do mild workout, but besides yoga, that is 3 times a week or 4 times a week that you have sessions for 1 hour. Besides that, on the other days, also make it a point to do some exercises, but start slow. Okay, and also focus on how much is your portion sizes. Am I eating my grains in good quantities? If not, if you still feel confused, you can always approach us, and we are always there to help you. Does this
And I think I have to stop white rice and other things.
right? No,
Because
I
one
mean,
time I take rice and one time roti, but still.
right. So there is a myth about white rice. White rice is not bad. People who are consuming brown rice, very good. But white rice, if it's taken in good quantity compared to the size of your sabjis or vegetables or fish curry or anything, chicken curry, you should just maintain good portion sizes. It's not like rice is absolutely bad. Starch is also good for the body. So that's absolutely fine. Anything in excess is bad, right?
Yes, that is absolutely right.
Any other
Yeah,
question?
so I need actually exact plan of my daily food routine
Right,
so that I can make some change in it.
definitely. We could understand that and customize it accordingly only when we know your complete history and your daily routine and all of it.
So when that can happen, like
You can, who is your CSM? Who do you approach to if you have any problem with the yoga classes or anything?
okay, Subham sir.
Shubham, sir. Okay, no problem. I'll talk to Shubham about it and he'll approach to you. What are you looking for? You can book a session with us, right?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Anytime. Yes. Any other questions? Nice to see Rashmi after so long. Where were you, Rashmi, for so many sessions? You didn't come for few sessions.
Actually, ma'am, I was suffering from health issue and nowadays I'm searching a new job due to
How are
night.
you now? You're better?
I'm good, feel good.
Good. Take care.
Now I'm
Yes.
traveling.
Wow. Oh, you're traveling. So good, so good. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
I'm going to
Oh, lovely. Have a nice time. Thanks for attending. Yes.
I have a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
What is the ideal gap between having a meal and then sleep?
Sleep, so ideally if you're sleeping at around 10 or 11, you should have your meal by 7 p.m., 8 p.m. But for the lifestyle that we lead, sometimes we have some sessions, we finish our work only at 6 o'clock. Then maybe some people have the yoga sessions. At Flexify Me itself, we offer classes from 7 to 8. So give a gap of 15 minutes, chill for some time, have your food. At least minimum for our lifestyle should be a 2 hours or a 2.5 hours gap, and then you can go to bed, because the food needs to digest and all. If you immediately go to sleep, you're not even letting the digestion happen properly, you're not even letting the sleep, the rested sleep that you need to get in the night, happen properly. So we should take care of both of these things, right?
Okay. And for me, I'm lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
What should I use for my
For your
low carb smoothies?
low carb smoothie, you can go for plant-based milk, which is really good. Almond milk or oat milk, it can be easily made at home also. Oat milk is very good. Many people don't like the taste of the raw oat milk, but you can definitely go for almond milk. I use almond milk myself, so it's quite tasty. Coconut milk is also good, but sometimes coconut milk, people who are on weight loss, I wouldn't recommend coconut milk. And also for people who are having diabetes or something, it usually raises the blood sugar levels. So you can avoid coconut milk, but you can definitely go for almond milk or for oat milk.
And one last question I have is,
Surely.
does BMI have any take on age?
Yes, for people who are, for women who are hitting menopause, or men around their age 45 and above, BMI for them to reduce, it becomes an issue because of so much of hormonal changes, inactivity. You can't expect a person after 50 or 60 years old to do vigorous exercises like lifting weights or going for a a long run or a long jog. So
Much
for
cardio.
them, doing exercises at intervals, giving them enough breaks is very important. It is not impossible, but it needs a little more efforts and a push and a proper coach or a trainer to help the person lower their BMI.
Or just say, I'll quote it by example.
Mhm.
At the time of working, I was already, I think, 32 or something, 32, 31, 32. And my company wanted me to be somewhere around the BMI of 18 to 21.
Yeah, I think that's a little unrealistic, maybe because of your job requirements. But even if you're 22, 23, but if you're under the BMI of 25, that's absolutely fine. In fact, a few of the research papers shows that people who are even low BMI, but their fat percentage higher, they're called as the thin fat Indians. It's a research paper done in Pune itself by Dr. Yagnik. So there were two types of men that were taken into the study. One was a very overweight person and one was a very thin person. So they did the BMI of these two people. One's BMI was 25 and above, and the other thin man's BMI was 17 or 18. Okay, but the most interesting thing that we saw in the study was the person with a higher BMI had lower fat percentage and high muscle mass, and the person with a lower BMI of 17 BMI or 18 BMI had higher fat percentage and low muscle mass. So he was more diabetic. I mean, not more diabetic, he was diabetic and the fat person wasn't diabetic. So sometimes BMI is not everything that we need to consider. It is just one aspect of this whole ball game, right? So it is a very huge topic actually. But yes, to be in the normal range of BMI is very important. All right, I think we just have 1 minute. Quick question. What is the topic of choice are you looking forward to know about next week so that I can prepare on it? Anything in specific?